Hi everyone, good morning. Welcome to the second AMA session of ULIP Logixtics Hackathon 2.0. I am Shweta, and just give me a second, I'll be presenting my screen. Okay, so I hope my screen is visible to everyone. Great. So let's get started. To set up the agenda, we will first talk about the overview of the hackathon. We also have one guest speaker with us who will be addressing all our participants and all our audience. Then we'll talk more about the hackathon, like timeline, rewards and benefits, problem statements, more about NLDS and ULIP and how they are contributing to revolutionize the logistics sector of India. So without further ado, I would first like to invite Mr. Mohan Saini. He is the senior manager at NLDS to welcome our guest speaker.
Thank you, Shweta. Good morning, Professor Tushar. On behalf of NLDS and the hackathon community, we would like to welcome you to this session. Professor Tushar Raval is the additional Chief Executive Officer of Gujarat Knowledge Society, and he has been an associate professor with LD College of Engineering as well. So, sir, we welcome you to this session, and we will look
Thank
forward to
you.
your uh, speaker on part of the hackathon community. So, sir, a few words from you to start with the hackathon PPT before that.
Yes, good morning, everyone. And I congratulate the team NLDSL, Atal Innovation Mission, and Startup India DPIIT for organizing this very specific hackathon, which addresses the problems related to the logistics in the country. Uh, I welcome all the students who have connected with this specific give you the awareness about the hackathon and the entire event timeline. Later on, your questions will be addressed by our team, expert team, and I congratulate everyone who is involved in organizing this event. Let me tell you that logistics sector, it is the most emerging sectors, one of the most emerging sectors in our country, and in fact in the entire globe. And I don't know how many of you know that Gujarat is the leading state in the entire country due to its geographical situation, due to the state of the art infrastructures, due to the world class ports we have. And again, this logistics sector touches upon every sector of the economy, be it a blue economy, that is marine technology, or a pharma industry, or manufacturing sector, or the semiconductor sector. And all these sectors, believe me, all these sectors are very rapidly coming to the state of Gujarat and our country. So it is a time where we should address the challenges we are facing for the logistics support and the services in our country as well as the state. So very timely, this hackathon has been organized. They have, I think, identified 4 or 5 different problem sectors in which the students will be able to opt the problem statement and they can work on that. And as we all know that Gujarat Knowledge Society and the Technical Education Department, they are engaged in organizing this hackathon state level events. And we have encountered a great success during last 5 to 6 editions of our hackathon. And again, it is a privilege for the privilege moment for the state government to be a part of this logistics hackathon 2.0. And I hope that all the students will participate in this hackathon. See, this will give you an edge if you are able to solve any of a minor problem which is related with the logistic services or the logistic technology. Because see, none of the sector, you can say that without logistics can grow up to an extent, right? And if your logistics is quite strong, and if your logistic is well established in the state or the country, you can grow rapidly, because you need this kind of services at the bottom of your business. So let me tell you that if you have these solutions for the problem statements identified, you will be able to grow your business also, and that will give you an edge compared to your other colleagues or your counterparts, right? I request all the students that, as always, you have been part of hackathon events in large numbers. In this hackathon event, also, you should register either individually or in the form of a team, and you should try to understand the problem statements. You should try to come out with the solution. And believe me that if you are successful, I don't know whether this team, how much your team will be able to achieve, but if your team is successful, I assure you that from the state government, from the education department, we will support you for the end-to-end solution, for the end-to-end business solution, and we will also support you to grow your business along with your other colleagues. So it's a humble request from my side. Team, the expert team will explain you, will elaborate you the phases of this hackathon, how to register, how to opt the problem statement, how to get the solution, and what are the scope for you people if you have the solution. So without wasting much of the time, I congratulate the team again, and I request all the students to be part of this session as well as this hackathon event. Namaskar, Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
Thank you, Professor Tushar. Thank you for the highly encouraging and the inspiring words. With the kind permission, we will start with the session, and the session is scheduled in such a way that Ms. Shweta will give the first presentation on the hackathon overview. What are the timelines of the hackathon? What has been the historical experience when it comes to Hackathon 1.0? What sort of prize money is a part of this session is something which she will be describing during her PPT. Afterwards, I'll be taking care of the NLDS presentation, where we will give a brief overview on what NICDC Logistics Data Services is doing and how they are contributing to the logistics sector in India. Subsequently, we will be taking Q&A from the participants and happy to answer all their queries when it comes to how they can participate in this session. So, sir, with your permission, if we can proceed further.
Yes, yes, please proceed. Please proceed. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor Tushar. Shweta, you may please proceed.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, Mohan. Okay, so to move forward, now, to talk more about the hackathon. So, after the success of first edition of ULIP Logistics Hackathon, NLDS is now back with the another edition, Hackathon 2.0, in collaboration with Niti Aayog, Atal Innovation Mission, and Startup India. The main objective of this hackathon is to invite the innovators of India, whether they are students, professionals, or startups, to address the pressing challenges faced by logistics sector by fostering innovation and creativity. And like I said, this hackathon is very inclusive. It is open to everyone, whether you are a student or coming from a professional community, or maybe you are just starting as a startup, or maybe you are already in this industry for a few years and are working towards this. It is also open to freelancers as well. You can participate and develop groundbreaking solutions that aims to innovate the logistics sector of India. Now, moving forward to the timeline. So, currently, if we talk about right now, we are in the registration and idea submission phase. And in this phase, you exactly have three action items to perform. Number one is that you register yourself with your email ID. Second is you should form a team with your team members, maybe invite your friends or colleagues, and then attend these live sessions that we are having, almost every week, which can help you learn more about the process, the hackathon. And lastly, to submit your idea before 25th of October. If I talk more about the hackathon, then currently we are in the registration and idea submission phase. Then moving forward, we will announce the initial shortlisted teams on 6th of November. Now the number might vary, and that depends upon the quality idea submissions that we have got. So you do not need to worry about making it to the top or anything, because as soon as your idea is valid, it's it's innovating and it's revolutionizing, you can make it to the initial shortlist announcement. Second, then the shortlisted teams will get around 10 to 20 days to develop their prototype. If you already have a prototype in place, in that case you can improvise the prototype based upon the feedback that you will get from these sessions. Otherwise, if you are starting from scratch, you will get around 20 days, which is ample amount of time to at least start building your MVP or your prototype. This prototype development phase will close on 1st of December, and that is also the last date to submit your prototype link. Then we will announce our final shortlisted top 10 teams who will be making it to the grand finale on 20th of December. And this is how we will move forward. The timeline is also represented on the website as well, for which we will talk about in our next slides. Okay. And now if I talk about the rewards and benefits, then there is a cumulative cash prize pool of 20 lakhs, which is bifurcated into two categories. One is 5 lakhs to one team for the most innovative solution among all, and then 3 lakhs to winners in five categories. These five categories are our five problem statements. So there will be each winner in each category who will win 3 lakhs. And this is just about, the prize money. Apart from that, you will get a lot of industry exposure, industry connects. You will, get to meet more people from this society, like we invited Tushar sir today. We also have many more mentors and juries and people who have lots of experience in this industry coming up through sessions in the finale as well as in the mentor mentee session. So cash prize pool is one thing, but this hackathon is also bringing you a lot of opportunity with respect to expanding your business, reaching out to more people in the industry and helping your revenue grow. Okay, next, so here I will talk just in brief about what the problem statements are about, and in the next week we will have a detailed session on each of the problem statement, where you will get to know what are the technicalities involved, how to utilize the ULIP APIs, as well as what are the certain use cases under each problem statement. But to give you a context, I'll briefly talk about each and every problem statement, starting with sustainable logistics. Here, the main challenge is how can we leverage technology and innovation to transform the logistic industry into a more sustainable and environmentally responsible sector, while also simultaneously minimizing the carbon footprint and preserving natural resources. So this is what the first problem statement is about. Second, um, second one is operational efficiency and optimization. Here, the exact challenge on which you have to develop your solution is how can we leverage advanced technologies and data-driven approaches to optimize logistics operation, reduce cost, and enhance efficiency across the entire value chain. The third problem statement is unified documentation and digital transformation. Here, the main challenge is how can we develop and implement a secure, standardized, and interoperable digital identity system for all the entities who are involved in the logistics sectors, so that we can enable a seamless data exchange, enhance the traceability, and improve the overall compliance mechanism. The fourth problem statement is data driven optimization of logistics operation. Here, the main challenge around which all of the participants have to develop the solution are is how can we leverage advanced data analytics and machine learning, LLM models and all these, to optimize the logistics operation, improve efficiency, and enhance decision making across the entire value chain. And the last problem statement is tech driven logistics innovation. Here, the problem statement does not focus on any one challenge. This is a very open ended problem statement where all you have to do is you have to leverage any of the cutting edge technologies like AI, ML, blockchain, IoT, and you can use any of the technology as long as that technology is revolutionizing the logistics industry, but in any one or the other way. It can improve the efficiency, it can reduce the cost, it can enhance the sustainability. So this problem statement is very open ended, and it is up to you which problem you are picking and trying to solve. Okay, now I will talk about the registration process, how the registration process look like once you click on the website. So here is the website link, and as soon as I click on it, I'll present my screen once again. Yes. So as soon as I click on the website, this is where I will land. This is the website of the ULIP Logistics Hackathon 2.0. And as soon as I click on the register now button, I will end up at the sign up page. Here I can sign up by two methods. Either I can enter my email ID like I did here and then click on the login button, and an OTP will get generated in the email ID that you have entered, and you can enter that OTP here. Or the second step is, you can see there are two icons below, right? One is for the GitHub and one is for the Google. So if you already have an existing GitHub, or if you already have an existing Google account, which many of us have, right, the Gmail account that we have, then you can just click on the Google icon and you will be logged into the registration page. So I'll enter the OTP here and I'll click on verify. Yes. And now this is the registration page. Here you will enter your name, your email, your WhatsApp number. It is important that you enter your WhatsApp number because we also roll out many WhatsApp campaigns. For example, there is some session coming or important deadlines, or any mentor is joining. So make sure you enter your WhatsApp number. Then enter the rest of the details like country, state, city, date of birth, gender, your occupation. In the occupation, you can select whether you are a professional, a startup, or maybe a freelancer, and accordingly fill up the rest of the questions and then click on register now. Now once you have clicked on register now, this is where you will land. This is the personalized dashboard for each and every participant. Now to talk more about what all is there on the personalized dashboard, I'll once again change my screen, so allow me a minute. I hope my screen is visible. Okay. So once I have successfully registered for the hackathon, this is where I will land. Here you can see this is the personalized dashboard for every participant. In the roadmap section, you will see all the steps that you have to take. And once you have taken that step, you will also get an information at the end. For example, until now, what all I have done is I have registered for this hackathon. So you can see it is written here, you are registered. Now the next step that I have to do is I have to form a team, and the time that I have got to form the team is, I have left 15 days 12 minutes and then so on. So similarly, after team formation, the next step that I have to perform is idea submission, and then moving forward the rest of the things are there. So let's say if I want to form a team, I can directly click on team management here, and I will be taken here. And here I can write my team name, maybe I can add a picture, or if let's say I have Great. Okay. So these are the invitations. This is something that I was talking about earlier. So let's say I do not have a team member or maybe a friend or colleague yet who want to participate right now or something. Then there are also an option of public teams. That is, for example, let's say I am the only member in my team, and just like me, there are many other participants who only have a one member team, or maybe they want to connect with more people in this industry, or maybe they want to form a team and then participate and then submit their idea. So they can click on this explore team option here, and all those members who only have one member in their team, they will appear. And sometimes what happens is you get the request from other team members to join their team, and that will appear here in the invitation section. For example, these are the three teams who have contacted me to join their team, and the request status will be available here. For example, until now I have not accepted any of the invitation, so I can see that this team has invited me, this team has invited, and these are the timeline when they have invited me. And from clicking here, I can either accept their invitation or I can reject their invitation. So even if you are the only team member in this hackathon until now, you can also get the invitations, or you can yourself explore the public teams by clicking on this button here, and maybe join a team and get a chance to network and connect with more people who are a part of this industry. Now the second step was to submit my idea. So there are two submissions. First, there is an idea submission for which the deadline is 25th of October. And then the teams who will get shortlisted, they will submit their prototype for which there is a different deadline, which is 1st of December. So currently, the only thing that you have to remember right now is that you have to submit your idea. And for idea submission, if you click here, you will get the instructions. For example, the first instruction is you have to download this PPT from here. So this is the presentation template. If you you can download it by this text here, and once I have downloaded, the presentation is already structurized in a format which includes all the questions and all the brief that you have to submit. For example, the first slide is clearly visible here, which talks about the team details, which is enter your team name, enter your team leader name, and the problem statement that you are progressing with. Now, in the rest of the slides, there are many other briefs that you will get. For example, write a small brief about your solution here, or maybe what is the unique selling point, or what are the technologies that you have used, or maybe the architecture flow diagram. And similarly, the with the help of this template, you can make your own PPT, make your own idea submission PPT, and submit here. Apart from that, once you have developed your PPT, these are the rest of the questions that you have to submit. For example, select a problem statement. All the 5 problem statements that we talked about are listed here. You can select the one that you have selected. Then write a little brief about your idea. This will be a very short brief, that is only 2 to 3 liner explanation of what your idea is about. Then the USP of the idea that you are submitted. Is this your first hackathon? Do you have any prior experience in the logistics industry? If yes, then maybe you have worked in any of the other organization, or maybe a startup, or in any other way. You can just write about your experience here. Then here you have to submit your PPT by converting it into a PDF, just like it is written here. Submit your idea submission PPT in the PDF format. You can do that and just click on this button, submit. And in this way, your idea will get submitted. And the last date to submit your idea is 25th of October. Similarly, there are many other things as well. For example, if you click on the resources section, you will get to know all the sessions, or all the live sessions, or all the connects that we are having. For example, we started with the first kickoff live event. So if you have missed out, you can click here and then check it. Secondly, we also conducted an ask me anything session last week as well. So if you might have missed out, or maybe want to revisit again, you can just click here. Similarly, for this session as well, if you want to revisit about the process, or maybe the Q&A or anything, we will add the link here only. And from the resources section, you can check all of the sessions or connects that has happened until now. So this is the entire roadmap, or at the entire journey for any participant who has registered for this hackathon. If apart from this you have some other support or queries, then you can reach out to us at the email ID that is written here, ulipsupport@hacktoscale.com, and we will get back to you within 24 to 48 hours. Okay, so for the next thing, I'll come back to the slides that I have been presenting. Okay, so now we have talked about the registration process. Now, to talk more about what NLDS is, what ULIP is, and how they are innovating the logistics domain of India, I would like to invite Mohan Saini, Senior Manager at NLDS.
Thank you, Shweta, for such a detailed presentation on participating in hackathon. Dear participants, to go ahead with this session, we'll be briefing you on our organization, which is NICDC Logistics Data Services. So primarily, NLDS is a joint venture between NICDC Trust, which comes directly under DPIT Ministry of Commerce, and Japanese IT firm NEC Corporation. So this is an Indo-Japanese company which is primarily working on two key projects solving key problems in the Indian logistics sector. One is a logistics data bank, where we are giving the visualization of all the EXIM containers which are coming on the major and the minor ports of India. Subsequently, ULIP, for which this hackathon is organized, that was launched by the Honorable Prime Minister during the launch of National Logistics Policy during the month of September 2022. This project comes under a part of PM Gati Shakti initiative. Shweta, next slide, please.
Sure.
So the objective with which NLDS was conceptualized was to leverage the ICT, the data which can be utilized across the gamut of activities which are being performed in logistics could be utilized for driving efficiency and thereby reducing cost. So our very first marquee project, which happened to be logistics data bank, today has already completed more than 8 years, wherein we have completed tracking of more than 75 million containers. Here we are present at all the major and the minor ports of India and giving the end-to-end visibility of all the exempt containers which are either imported or exported out of the country. We have a good infrastructure reader of IoT devices on the ground, which are helping logistics trade find out the exact near real-time location of their exempt containers. Then another project, which is ULIP, is primarily a digital gateway. So this is a middleware which acts right between the key ministries and the users and enables the data access which would resolve the key problems which the business are facing and can be resolved with the help of key data sets. Show the next slide, please.
Yes.
So this slide primarily will tell us that how ULIP is being envisaged as a product. So ULIP as a product is being envisaged as the UPI of logistics. Here we wish to become a nationwide single window platform where not only the visibility, which is the forte in the current scenario, however, integrating all the information which is available across the ministries can be brought into one platform itself. So today, ULIP exists as a platform wherein already 11 ministries are integrated with us. 11 ministries have their 39 systems, which comprises of more than 121 APIs, and then that constitutes to 1800 plus data fields. So such humongous data across the ministries is available for the private entity as well as the government entity to utilize for solving business problems. To give you an example, today, if any company wishes to find out from a location A to location B, what would be the probable fuel stations which lie on that route? What is the ongoing rate? What are the black spots where an accident may occur? All those data points can be utilized to develop applications which is already solving key problems on the ground. Utilizing the ULIP APIs, there are already more than 102 plus applications which have been developed. There are more than 1,000 users who are registered on ULIP, and ULIP has already made inroads to the state governments as well. So, considering iHub is situated in Gujarat, we have signed an MOU with the government of Gujarat, and we are developing state ULIP, where all the departments of government of Gujarat would be a part of state ULIP, and their key problems around civil supply, around horticulture, around warehousing could be solved by bringing and consolidating all data onto one platform, which would be ULIP in this case. So from show the next slide, please. So from the experience of Hackathon 1.0, we had many innovative use cases which had come up. One use case was circular transportation network, wherein the company FreightFox was able to find out the vehicle supply trend and across the zones and plan their warehouse deployments. Not only that, since circular economy is an upcoming trend these days, all the empty miles, the return discovery of the truck for the load could also be developed utilizing APIs such as FASTag, Vahan, and the Sarthi. So these APIs have helped companies already clock revenue, which has become 3x of their revenue pre hackathon when they had joined. So we had many such success stories which are part of the hackathon, and we would encourage the community from Gujarat, specifically startup, iHub, and the other one who have joined today to please participate in, be a part of this platform, which is going to be a game changing in the sector logistics when it comes to India as an economy. So when it comes to the dates, next slide, please, Shweta. So when it comes to the dates, we have the deadline. We have the registration open till 25th of October. All the details have already been shared. Please visit hackathon.goulip.in. All the relevant details are available on this. In case there are any issues or clarification or queries, There are centralized helpline and the email IDs which have been mentioned. Kindly contact on those numbers, and we'll be happy to resolve any query when it comes to your queries. We'll end the session here when it comes to the presentation on hackathon and the company, and we'll be happy to take queries from the participants for the clarification.
Thank you so much, Mohan. I will pick up some of the queries from the chat section and present here. Okay. How can participants troubleshoot issues related to API access or data integration during the event?
I'll take that, Shweta. So probably we have a process wherein once all the shortlisted candidates who have submitted the use case, they would be given a user ID and an account on the goulip.in. So we have an help desk ID which can be contacted for any troubleshooting. Otherwise, there is a detailed SOP which has been uploaded on goulip.in for ensuring that if any glitch is being found, that can be resolved then and there. We have all the documentation being uploaded on the website itself when it comes to integration. And in case still, if there is any um, technical glitch or probably challenge which has been coming up, the centralized help desk ID can be contacted, who have their SLAs defined to respond within 30 minutes for the troubleshoot query which has been raised.
Thank you so much. Now, the next question would be, will the participants have access to industry mentors or experts during the hackathon? How can I reach out for any assistance? So, I mean, like I said already, we will be conducting these sessions every week where we will invite several industry leaders and mentors from the logistics industry, and you can attend these sessions. And this is the one way through which you will have the chance to network with them. And the second will be, once you have submitted your prototype, after that we will be conducting mentor mentee sessions, during which you can connect with the mentors and they can maybe provide you, feedback on your prototype or the idea that you have developed. I'll pick up the next question. Are there any specific partnerships or opportunities available for winners to implement their solutions in the industry? Mohan, would you like to take this?
Yeah. So definitely, I mean, I mean the last slide which we had showcased, the winners had actually developed applications out of the solution which they have developed. Few have been able to monetize that as well, and they have been able to clock a revenue which has been 3x times utilizing those APIs. So the objective is to democratize the access of data. Data would be available to you basis the use case which you have submitted, and once that clicks for a problem which is there in the industry or the trade, that can definitely be implemented and monetized in the longer run as well.
Thank you. I'll pick up the next question. Okay. Can you tell us more about the hardware IoT devices which are already being used for the logistics sector? Mohan, can you provide any example, any use cases which are already existing?
So in case if I mean Ashit, if this is specific to the LDB project which we had mentioned, so LDB as it stands for Logistics Data Bank has been utilizing IoT devices which comprises of RFID technology, and now we are upgrading to OCR as well. And those devices have been installed pan India. So we have more than 5,000 IoT devices which are installed at the strategic locations wherever a container may travel for fulfilling its purpose. So, just to give an example, let's say a container is imported at one of the ports of Mumbai, then we have the IoT devices which are installed at the port gates. Let's say afterwards, the container has to travel to a container freight station. There are IoT devices installed at all the container freight stations around the port. If they traversed around a toll plaza, we have IoT devices installed there. Apart from that, special economic zones, empty yards, industrial zones, and there are many master data management with Ministry of Railways in the form of voice operating information systems, which is also being done to ensure we have rich data. So the data which has been generated is through the IoT devices which we mentioned right now, installed at pan India basis at all the manufacturing hubs, ports, container freight station, toll plazas, ICDs, and then the additional integrations through ULIP and voice help us have enough data to solve key business problems.
Now, moving on to the next question. Um, okay. Can you provide examples of successful application that have utilized ULIP APIs? Maybe from the previous hackathon.
So definitely, and I would like to touch upon few applications which are even developed being right now. So I'll give you one innovative use cases which had come from academia only. So we know whenever any manufacturing plant is working, there are vehicles, commercial vehicles who come to load the cargo. Now, many a times those vehicles are either leased or financed, and somehow they have defaulted on the EMI also. So now we are getting the data on the ULIP API through which am I audible? I just lost for a while. Yeah.
Yes, yes, you're audible.
So, if there is any vehicle which is being financed and they have defaulted on an EMI, an application is being developed to give a visibility to the user, so that in case if that commercial vehicle is defaulting on the EMI, the manufacturer, importer, or exporter will not load their cargo because there is a high probability that that cargo may be confiscated during route. Again, another application which we had done a soft launch yesterday itself. Uh, from a route location A to location B, how many fuel stations would be there? Maybe a user would want to know how many fuel stations are there in that particular location. So that application has been developed to give a visibility to the user. So this has been developed.
Thank you, Mohan, again. Let me move to the next question. With respect to what are the fields in which we can create the projects. So, the five problem statements that we have discussed, they are also mentioned in the website, are the five categories under which you have to build your project. Then, what is the mode of the hackathon? So, the grand finale will be offline on 20th of December, and until then, all the sessions that we will be conducting are in online mode. What if I only have the idea and do not have a team of prototypes? So, for the team formation, like I presented, once you register for the hackathon, you will also have the publicly listed team. So, if you do not have a team, you can join some other team as well. And as of now, you only have to submit your idea, and then for developing a prototype, you will get the next 20 to 25 days. So you can, if you are interested about participating in this hackathon, then you can start with building an idea, and for the prototype, you will have the further time. Can you suggest how OCR is getting implemented in NLDS? Mohan, can you take this one?
Sure. So primarily since currently we have been utilizing RFID and IoT devices, uh, we are migrating our technology with a tech refresh and getting OCR implemented. So right now at all the major gates of the port, we will have AI built-in cameras who would be installed to read a couple of stuff such as the vehicle number, the container number, and the backend engine would generate algorithms, would generate result which would enable the operations of the gate. So let's say today a gate at a port is manned by close to half a dozen manpower. That manpower can be get away with the implementation of technologies such as OCR and all the gate operations, container verification, vehicle verification can be enabled through OCR. How it can be used for this hackathon is So let's say today we have APIs around FASTag, we have APIs around Vahan Sarthi, where the driver compliance, vehicle compliance are being done through data. In case if somebody wishes to capture the image of the vehicle during the compliance, OCR can be utilized to build an engine which can let you know what is the health fitment along with data and the visuals together going forward.
Thank you, Mohan. Okay, now,
Shruti, I think Professor Tushar also had a question in between. Can we please take that?
yes, yes, definitely. Should I add him on the screen?
Yeah, please. And I could just see a pop-up of his question.
One second. Back. Okay. The question is, what happens to the projects developed during the hackathon? Will participants retain the ownership of their ideas? So this is one question that we get in every hackathon, and the IP, the partnership rights, and the patent and everything, it retains with the participants or the team only. We only access those ideas for evaluating the ideas, and so that they make it up to the top 10 teams or maybe the winners and everything. So all the parties who are involved, for example the hackathon execution team or the jury and the mentors, they do not own the ownership or anything. The ownership retains with the participants or the team members only. And after the hackathon, let's say if they want to work with, for example in this hackathon, they want to get stay in connect with the NLDS team, then this is something that there is an option here. They can reach out to the team can help them with the mentorship and everything, but at the end of the day the ownership retained with the participants only. Okay, now coming to the questions, what are the fields? Okay, I believe all the questions that now we are getting are more or less repeated to what we have already, answered about. Great. So at this moment, we can close this session. Thank you so much, Mohan, again for your presence and for answering so many questions and giving the participants direction about how they have to build solutions, how ULIP and NLDS has helped the participants in previous edition, and the overall logistics industry. Thank you so much for your kind words.
Thank you,
And
everyone. Thank you for joining.
thank you. Thank you so much, everyone, all the participants. Remember, the last date is 25th October, so make sure you register and submit your idea before that.